Hello, it's Sam from the Angling Way, and I'm just going to show you another easy carp hook link to use. So we're just going to show you the most simplest and probably the most known and used around the world, which is just a classic hair rig. So all you're going to need is some line or braid. I'm just going to use some braid just to show you on this tutorial. You can really take however much you want. It depends how long you want the hook link to be, and it depends how much line you need to tie your knots as well. So I'm just going to use around, I'd say 10 inches of braid. So all you do, is you take your braid or line, and also you've got to think about what bait you want to use. I haven't got a baiting at the moment, so I can't actually show you how to put the bait on, but it is quite self-explanatory. So to make the hair, for example, if I'm going to be using this pop-up here, I'll measure out to that. So I want to take probably about 2 or 3 inches, and then just do an overhand knot like this and pull that out. So I'll take my boilie, what I measure it to, and then try and make it the same size. So I think that is about good, and then with a bait stop in it, that should be fine. There we go. And then, like with everything else, you want to trim your tag end. When you trim your tag end, you don't want to do it too close, just in case your knot isn't quite tight enough and it does pull some line out or braid. So you have still got a bit of backup, I like to call it. So that is fine. Get rid of that. Whenever you're making these rigs or watching the tutorial, check what rules you're allowed at your lake. If you are allowed to use braid as a hook link, I would always use it, because it's stronger, has less stretch, and also it's just more reliable if you get into some sharp snags or something like that, or you need to just pull the fish out of some breeds or anything. So now you want to slide that on to your hook. I would normally use a size 8 or 6 hook, depends on the size fish I'm going for. If I'm going for anything above 10 pounds, I'll use a size 6 or 8, or probably size 6 for anything above 15. But anything 10 or under, anything above 10, I'd use 8 or 6. Anything under, I'd use about a size 10. You can use this on any, but you just got to make sure you measure it to your bait. So imagine this is on here. I think that looks about right. So you want to make it so your boilie is pretty much just underneath it like that. So I think that looks good. So I'll just push it up against the hook. And you will get better after time with doing this. And this is what is called a knotless knot. So you take your tag end at the top of your hook, which has gone through, and you wrap it round. So I like to wrap it around 6 or 7 times. It doesn't really, probably more 8 now, but it doesn't really matter how many times you do it. And then just put it back through the hook. When you're doing this with smaller hooks, you got to make sure your end of your line, or mostly braid if you're going to use it, is sharp, is more pointy, so you can get it through the eye properly. And there, that is your knotless knot here, and there is your hair there. So to put your bait on, I'll try it with something else. You want to take your boilie or hop up or whatever, you can use anything on this, and imagine this is a bait, and your bait needle is kind of like a sewing hook with like a little hook on the end. You just push that through your bait, and then you'll loop it onto your hair, put the hook on the hair, and then just slide it on pretty much. And we'll see if I can do it with this, but I don't think I'll be able to. No, I'm not going to be able to, I'm afraid. But as long as you can get your bait on there, and you want to use bait stops, you can use bait stops. They are really good to use. So they normally come in packs like this. So you'll just take one off. Let me just zoom this in a bit. So you'll take it off, and take it off here, and just peel one off like this. Pop it off. Then slide your bait onto the hair with the little hook, and then once you put it on there, put your bait stop through there and pull it tight against it, the boilie against the bait stop, and it's like that. If you've made it so it's a bit too long, your hair, so I want it a bit closer than that, you just wrap it around the shank. Wrap it around the shank once or twice, and then that is nice and close. You can put any bait on here. A lot of people, mostly around the world, use sweet corn, but boilies is what I use primarily. I have once used it. Before I used the rig, I did use the hair rig, which is just nice, standard, simple and easy to tie, and it's just an easy way for beginners to start, and it is probably the most effective way to catch carp using boilies or sweet corn. So that'll do it for this video, and we should have a couple more of our how-to series coming up soon. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.